Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language, and I am also queer as fuck. Today I want to talk about asexuality, the expansiveness of asexuality, and more ways that diet culture and fat liberation intersect with my sexuality and the discoveries I've made along the way. I am doing this makeup while I talk about this topic, and I decided to film a new intro because the way that this conversation went on, and a conversation because I'm talking to myself, it's still a conversation, but the way it evolved was unexpected a little bit, and you will see that along the way, and I wanted to make sure I kind of covered those bases a little bit. I tend to not talk about the makeup in these Get Ready With Me's, so if you have any questions about anything that I put on my face, if it's not listed and linked in the description box, or you just have questions in general, definitely use the comment section to ask those. But I would also love to hear from you about this topic. And I'm gonna jump right into the Get Ready With Me, but just a gentle reminder that if you're not yet subscribed and you like colorful makeup, bitches with lots of opinions, or cute fat babes, I hope you will subscribe. Now, let's get into this juicy Get Ready With Me.
The next 2 minutes are out of focus. Bear with me.
Now, if you don't know, asexuality is under the LGBTQIA plus umbrella. It is the A. In my opinion, when you look up the definition of asexuality, it's a pretty narrow definition. And that absolutely played into just to use a popular phrase that I think is accurate, my imposter syndrome about it. I definitely felt like I didn't fit into that label, because I'm going to give you the definition right now.
Asexual. Not involving sexual activity, feelings or associations. Non-sexual.
And I just felt like that didn't seem fully right for me, because I enjoy the fantasy of it. I also enjoy masturbation. I am not somebody who is completely non-sexual. Also, I feel like my lighting is very warm today, so wait, what's going on? So when I really first started looking into the label, I felt like that didn't feel like it could be me, because I do have, sexual fantasies. I enjoy the idea of it. I even enjoy the idea of romance, but I don't want it for myself. I am asexual and aromantic, which basically means I'm going to die alone, and I'm okay with that. That's dark humor, but that's also kind of the reality of it. It's not, you know what? I was gonna try to be like, oh my god, it's not that bad, but it's not a bad thing. I don't look at it as a bad thing. I look at it as I have chosen family that I love and adore, and platonic relationships and platonic love that truly satisfy me. But I also enjoy the fantasy of it. And seriously, for so long, I felt like, well, then asexual is not the word for me, because it's not that I don't enjoy an orgasm. It's not that I don't enjoy my own body. It's not that I don't even, I can look at people and be like, holy fuck, they are hot, in ways that don't just feel like aesthetic appreciation. So I really spent a long time feeling like, well, then that can't be for me. That's not my label. You know what? Actually, I can't even say I spent a long time feeling like that can't be my label. I just spent a long time feeling like I don't know what my label is. Because I'm not going to say that I've known the asexual label for a long time, because I really haven't. But, you know, it wasn't the thing that I thought of initially. I really felt like I'm queer. I'm, you know, attracted to my gender and multiple other genders. But I also felt like, so I think the thing that like really kind of is hard is that for a really long time, I thought that, that I was just broken. And I don't say that to be like dramatic, but I did. I thought I was broken. I thought that, you know, the trauma that I hold with my body and my history and all of that was like the reason that I was closed off from relationships, and that I was closed off from sex, and that like that was the reason why I didn't enjoy it the 2 times that I have, you know, done sexual things with somebody that is not myself. It wasn't that I didn't enjoy them because of my body. It's because I didn't enjoy them because their level of consensual status is questionable at best. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I know it's not really the point of this. But, you know, I spent a lot of my life just feeling like that, like if I really spent a lot of my life feeling like, okay, well, when you repair your relationship with your body, then you'll be ready to explore your sexuality. I'm not going to say I'm at any kind of finish line with my body or my relationship with my body. I should say I'm not in the process of changing my body, to be very fucking clear. But my relationship is not finished. That's for fucking sure. That doesn't mean that my sexuality is not valid. Like, when I truly realized what asexuality is, and, you know, I have done a whole video about the intersection of fat liberation and asexuality, and I will definitely link it because I think it's a fucking good video. Okay. And y'all, and like the community gave me a ton of love on it, and I really appreciate that. But I really lived by this feeling where I was like, okay, well, when you're not broken anymore, then you'll understand your sexuality. Does anybody else feel like that's incredibly fucked up? Is it just me? Because, I mean, first of all, real talk, I might always be broken. I just might. I don't know. But also, it is very much the, like, tale as old as time for fat people. The tale of you will live your life when you're no longer fat. You will live your life when you have, you know, hit the finish line on your journey of weight loss or making your body smaller, whatever, you know, whatever way you frame that as. That's a very, very, like, popular thing that gets pushed on fat people is that, you know, you're not really valid to live your life until you have like hit that goal, hit some imaginary or specific marker. And that's like, oh my God, y'all. Like, sometimes I just know I need to talk about something, but I don't fully know everything I want to say or everything that's like inspiring this. But as I'm realizing that I was holding on to the rhetoric of fat oppression and diet culture in my own sexuality, holy fuck. Like, that's seriously what it was, is that like I felt like I would not have a full sense of what my sexuality actually was until I reached a weight where I was going to magically be comfortable having sex. That's not my sexuality. I don't want to have sex. And oh my, like, the fucked upness of it is really sinking in, because I definitely spent a lot of my life feeling like, yeah, I will hit a point where I feel like I'm ready for sex. I will hit a point where I feel like I am comfortable and good to go. And guess what? I haven't. Am I more interested in possibly exploring kink than I once was? Perhaps. But if I'm being really honest, which I am, I have been avid fan of that for decades now. So just this reality, seriously, like just setting in that even in my own sexuality, diet culture had a stronghold on it. I was living my life feeling like I didn't actually know who I was, because I wasn't at some magical goal that society and people in my life told me I had to be at. But in the last 5 to 10 years, you know, I've been deconstructing my relationship with diet culture, and I've been, you know, working on my relationship with my body, and I have been deconstructing a lot of the programming and brainwashing that my adolescence gave to me. And it's fucking wild. It's truly wild to me. And then, like, we haven't even gotten into what was the initial inspiration for this video, which is the pure expansiveness of asexuality. I cannot like say enough the power of queer friendships. And because talking to other people who fall all under the LGBTQIA plus label, or all under that umbrella, a variety of labels and all of that, and realizing just how unique we all are, and how no matter what label we identify with most, we still like can customize that to our comfort level. And I don't say customize it like you're constantly altering it, but I do think that no two people under one label are exactly the same. So you should feel some comfort in saying, I am asexual and I like this or this, or never clarifying. Or if a label never feels right for you, don't pick one. That's also, you're valid as hell. You are valid as hell. But the reason why I like talking about stuff like this, or why I wanted to talk about this, is that, for the longest time, I would have been like, yeah, there's no way I'm asexual because women are hot, femmes are hot, lots of genders are very hot, and they make me feel things. They don't make me want to do things with them, but they make me feel things. Not feel things like start relationships, but I do feel things. And so, and then now I see the kinds of conversations that friends and I have, and I'm like, oh, asexual people can and often are some of the horniest motherfuckers on the planet. And I feel so seen realizing that. And it's just so funny to me because, there are plenty of asexual people who are sex repulsed, who are non-sexual at all. There are plenty of asexual people who might be watching this video and thinking, yeah, I don't want any of that. And you're valid as fuck too. But that's the whole point, is that there's a whole range. And it just makes me really, really grateful for conversations and communities because I don't know if I would have ever gotten to this point. I think it's truly hilarious that some of the horniest people I know consistently are asexual. And it brings me so much joy because I felt like, okay, well, if I, have any kind of attraction, or honestly, feelings in general, that I wasn't valid and that I was still looking for the right label for me and also the right person. And I think that's the part of it that was really fucking damaging because the whole thing about oh, well, you just haven't had the right sex, and the way especially I will say cishet men will tell lesbians, oh, you just haven't had the right dick. I can change that. No, sir. No, you cannot. And also, sexual attraction and romantic attraction and all these things are more than just body parts. Allosexual people do not understand how damaging it is to tell an asexual person, you just haven't had the right sex. Do you realize how traumatizing it is to have sex if you don't want it? And there are also asexuals that do have sex and might enjoy sex or might have sex with specific partners. And that doesn't negate their label. But for those of us who do not desire sex, do not want to have it, are sex repulsed, y'all be just telling us that we just haven't had the right sex are fucked up. Y'all, these lashes, I don't know what the fuck to do with myself. Oh my god. I don't know who the fuck I am in lashes, y'all. All of this to say, whether you are a horny or sexual or sex repulsed asexual person, you are valid. And you can land anywhere in the world, the umbrella of asexuality, and you're still valid. And if you don't feel like that label works for you, that's also totally fair. But in case you have lived your life thinking you just have to find the right person or be the right version of yourself before you feel ready or less scared to possibly dip your toe in the world of any of these things, relationships, sex, physical intimacy, that might be true. You might feel like you deserve or need to be in a certain place to do that. But you also don't have to gatekeep yourself from relationships and from sexual intimacy and physical intimacy and emotional intimacy. And also, maybe you don't actually want those things and you are just feeling society's pressures to do those things. There's no easy answer. It's not a situation where you're just going to say, you know what, I can just be who I am and try out this being sexual or being in relationships thing and then instantly figure out what's next. But you also might be living your life feeling like you have to get to a certain point to be whole. And the reality is that you are whole right now. And you're always growing and evolving and working on yourself. I feel like most of us are, at least. But you don't have to find a new version of yourself to embrace how you feel, who you love, who you want to be with, and all of those things. I hope any of this was helpful or interesting, or I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I would love to continue the conversation because I'm sure there are things that I didn't cover that I wanted to cover. I'm sure there are things that y'all can add to this that I haven't thought about or considered. And I will try to link some resources or things just talking about asexuality in case you aren't as familiar with it and you just want to at least see some basics. I will try to link those things because if you don't know what conversation you stepped into, then this might be a little confusing. Anyway, you can also leave me compliments about this makeup look because I feel cute. I do. I'm also itchy, so goddamn mosquitoes. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my patrons and my channel members. A lot of the makeup that you're seeing me play with these days, I wouldn't be picking up without y'all's support. And definitely check out the links in the description box if you are interested in supporting me over there because it is so appreciated. But most importantly, take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday because you are worth it. Bye, friends.